Hello and welcome back to Confessions of an Awakened Boss Lady. I'm your host, Patty Ferreira, and today we're making room for more. More of what matters by clearing out what no longer serves you. Just like brushing your teeth or clearing out your closet or even emptying your inbox, your energetic hygiene is yours to maintain. So last week we talked about how spring is the season of renewal and how now is the time to define your vision, to dig deep and declutter the garden of all the weeds that have been choking out your vision, your beautiful flowers. We also talked about intentionally sowing seeds of both success and satisfaction, and how one without the other will put you on a fast track to burnout, unhappiness, and exhaustion. We also touched briefly on the fact that clearing out space is a key first step for inviting in more of what you want to see in your life, and how sometimes the process of letting go is painful. Or other times we believe we've let go, we've surpassed, we've cleared it, while we are still holding residual of the belief or the behavior that's keeping us small. Now, what about when it's less obvious? What about those weeds that could be misconstrued as opportunities? What about all the stuff that you look at and say, oh, it's not ideal, but I think I can make it work? Those are the habits, the beliefs, the relationships and cycles that are toughest to uproot. But they're the ones that must go if you're going to have enough space and energy to bring about the luscious garden, the higher trajectory you're dreaming of. Know that the flowers of wild success, soul-deep satisfaction, rich inner wisdom, embodied action, and unapologetic self-love cannot flourish in a world of expired toxic patterns and entanglement. I've seen this firsthand with many clients and in my own life. When our minds are run by outdated beliefs, fears, and distractions, it's like trying to grow a lush garden in a rocky, unkept dirt full of mess. It doesn't work. So today, we're ruthlessly, yet lovingly, clearing out the weeds and preparing for new growth. Are you with me on this? The first shift you need to make as you start pruning, pulling, and preparing for spring is to rewrite your inner script around weeding this garden. Intellectually, you're probably with me, nodding along, but some part of you may still feel tender or reluctant. There are still corners of your heart holding on to the stuff that you know deep down is going to need to go. And it's understandable. Our belief system is the cornerstone of our identity and our existence. What we don't often know is that our beliefs function like a magnet and form our experiences and reality. This is amazing when we have high vibing, expansive beliefs. Quite contrary when we have beliefs that keep us small, devoted to struggle, sacrifice, and settling. So let's rewrite this script. Instead of feeling guilty about pulling the weeds out or the plants in your garden that no longer serve you, let's take a moment to visualize what would happen if you let them in. How will your heart become overrun with these weeds? Just because you're afraid of change or feel guilty or committed to them somehow. How will they continue to show up in your life? How does it feel? Close your eyes and picture this for a moment. Let the self-doubt, limiting beliefs, and fear of change take up space for just one moment. Can you feel them pressing in on you? Where do you feel them in your body? This experience that you're envisioning is what's at stake. This isn't about being a villain or hurting anyone. There is truly no space for the things you actually want to grow when you feel this way. So what needs to go? What can you get rid of to free up more space and energy? Let's think about it. It's time. So first of all, what are the distractions? Maybe it's social media, constant notifications, comparison syndrome, judgment, people pleasing. These keep you reactive instead of intentional. What's one major distraction you can eliminate today? What are the outdated beliefs? For example, beliefs that success has to be hard. You have to sacrifice for joy and achievement. Or old narratives that don't serve you anymore. What beliefs about success have you been holding onto that no longer serve? For a long time, I believed that life required hard work, grit and grinding. And I rolled up my sleeves and went at it. Practically set myself on fire to get the prize. Long story short, I lost more than I gained. It was when I started to nurture and make room for grace, ease, and flow that things began to change. It was the moment I chose to shed the expired belief and tap into grace, which was a huge pattern interrupt, that things began to alchemize. Toxic patterns and relationships also need to go. Sometimes we have people or habits in our lives that subtly or not so subtly drain our energy and pull us off course. Are there any relationships or routines that feel misaligned with your vision? So from here, we're going to move into reframe. How you approach the clearing process, how you can reframe it. This stage is where we shift from a mindset of scarcity, struggle, and self-doubt to one of clarity, confidence, and satisfaction. So here's how we do that. First, you build your awareness. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Are you constantly telling yourself you're behind, not good enough? Start noticing and challenging these thoughts. Challenging and reframing your thoughts could look like, instead of thinking I'm not ready, you can try I'm becoming ready. Instead of I have to prove myself, try I trust myself and my path is unfolding. Practice these daily ways of reframing, and also simple practices like journaling, affirmations, and morning mindset check-ins. This helps you clean your mental space. What's one small habit you can introduce to nurture a stronger mindset, or to just break the current pattern that you're on? Now, if you don't have a consistent practice or community, I would love to invite you into my Success Circle. This is a virtual community for soulful, awakened high achievers who are playing at a different level. Inside our community, you'll get weekly support, weekly check-ins, and weekly calls to shift your mindset, open yourself up for more, and tap into what you desire. And to start strategically shifting the way you show up in every area of your life, so you can create true success with deep satisfaction in all facets of your world and of your existence. As I'm recording this, the Success Circle is open. It's open to members for just $30 a month. Check it out. I'm going to add the link. Send any questions my way. I'd love to have you, and I'd love to answer whatever questions you have about our Success Circle. All right. So now we've talked about rewriting and reframing, and we're finally going to get into planting the new seeds. If you listened to last week's episode, this is the part where we're choosing which flowers we want to grow. I asked you to get super intentional here about what you want to see. I want you to take it even further this week. For example, if you said you wanted to make more money last week, I want you to get clear on exactly how much money, how you want to receive it, how you want to feel as you receive it, and how you want to show up when you have it. Or if you said you want to attract a deep romantic love, I want you to picture yourself with this perfect partner in your mind's eye. Think about the person you want to share life with. Think about what their appearance is physically. What qualities do they embody? What will they adore about you? How will you know this relationship is the one? This is the art of etheric gardening. You develop the ability to take a moment to transcend and imagine the littlest detail about that flower, that vision that you want to grow in your garden. Turn this into a clear, specific power statement. Get as detailed as possible. Bring the vision so close you can taste it. You can emotionally experience it. Then you're in a positive state to start planting that seed, because you know with crystal clarity exactly what kind of seedlings you want to see popping through this spring and summer. This is what we call etheric gardening. Remember, weeding your etheric garden and clearing your mindset and your energy isn't a one-done process. It's an ongoing practice of clearing, recentering, and planting new, more precise seeds with deep intention. As you move into this next season, I challenge you to consciously release what's been weighing you down and make space for the version of you that is thriving, aligned, and deeply satisfied. If you're enjoying this practice, be sure to come back next week. We're going to talk about how to get super grounded, how to dig deep and create a tactical, practical plan to achieve your vision. In the meantime, drop a like, drop a comment. What's one of your beliefs or habits or distractions that's been draining you and that you're going to let go? Just like the weeds, right, in the physical garden. And what are you clearing? Let's hold on to what is necessary to keep you accountable. So, deep bow, sending you lots of love and light, and I'll see you next week.